Childhood Learning Objective 1. To understand APJ Abdul Kalam's childhood. 2. To understand his characteristics and traits. Warm up. Create a digital lesson on the life of APJ Abdul Kalam. Go succeed in life and achieve results, you must understand and master three mighty forces: desire, belief, and expectation. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. APJ Abdul Kalam, 1991 to 2015, is also popularly known as the Missile Man. He was a notable scientist and engineer. He served as the President of India from 2002 to 2007. Already a highly accomplished and much respected individual, Kalam had spent more than 4 decades as a scientist and science administrator at several prestigious organizations like the DRDO and ISRO. He was a noted author who had penned books like India 2020, A Vision for the New Millennium, Wings of Fire, and autobiography Ignited Minds, Unleashing the Power Within India, and A Manifesto for Change, a sequel to India 2020. This is one of his autobiographies that describes his childhood life. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam is also known as Missile Man. He is ex-President of India. In this chapter, we talk about his education and growing up in Rameshwaram. Every child is born with some inherited characteristics and trained in certain ways by figures of authority. I inherited faith in goodness and deep kindness, and so did my 3 brothers and a sister. But it was the time I spent with Jalaluddin and Samsuddin that perhaps contributed most to the uniqueness of my childhood and made all the differences in my later life. The natural wisdom of Jalaluddin and Samsuddin was so intuitive and responsive to non-verbal messages that I can unhesitatingly say that my later creativity owes a lot to their influence on me in my childhood. I had 3 close childhood friends, Ramanatha Sastri, Aravindan, and Sivaprakasan. All these boys were from orthodox Hindu Brahmin families. As children, none of us ever felt any difference amongst ourselves because of our religious differences and upbringing. In fact, Ramanatha Sastri was the son of Pakshi Lakshman Shastri, the high priest of the Rameshwaram temple. Later, he took over the priesthood of the Rameshwaram temple from his father. Arivandan went into business of arranging transport for visiting pilgrims, and Siv Prakasan became a catering contractor from the Southern Railways. On the whole, the small society of Rameshwaram was very rigid in terms of the segregation of different social groups. However, my science teacher, Siva Subramanya Iyer, though an orthodox Brahmin, was something of a rebel. He did his best to break social barriers so that people from varying backgrounds could mingle easily. He used to spend hours with me and would say, "Kalam, I want you to develop so that you are on par with the highly educated people of the big cities." When the Second World War was over, India's freedom was imminent. Indians will build their own India, declared Gandhiji. The whole country was filled with an unprecedented optimism. I asked my father's permission to leave Rameshwaram and study at the district headquarters in Ramananthapuram. He told me as if thinking aloud, "Abdul, I know you have to go away to grow. Does the seagull not fly across the sun, alone and without a nest? You must forego your longing for the land of your memories to move into dwelling place of your greater desires. Our love will not blind you, nor will our needs hold you." He quoted Khalil Gibran to my hesitant mother. "Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts." He took me and my 3 brothers to the mosque and recited the prayer Al-Fatiha from the Holy Quran. As he put me on the train at Rameshwaram station, he said, "This island may be housing your body but not your soul. Your soul dwells in the house of tomorrow, which none of us at Rameshwaram can visit." not even in our dreams. May God bless you, my child. Samsuddin and Ahmad Jalaluddin traveled with me to Ramanathapuram to enroll me in Swartz High School and to arrange for my boarding there. Somehow I did not take to the new setting. The town of Ramanathapuram was a thriving town of some 50,000 people, but the order and harmony of Rameshwaram was absent. I missed my home and grabbed every opportunity to visit Rameshwaram. The pull of educational opportunities at Ramanathapuram was not strong enough to make me forget the attraction of Poli, a South Indian sweet my mother made. In fact, she used to prepare 12 distinctly different varieties of it, bringing out the flavor of every single ingredient used in the best possible combinations. Despite my homesickness, I was determined to come to terms with the new environment because I knew my father has invested great hopes in my success. My father visualized me as a collector in the making, and I thought it my duty to realize my father's dream, although I desperately missed the familiarity, security and comforts of Rameshwaram. Jalaluddin used to speak to me about the power of positive thinking, and I often recalled his words when I felt homesick or dejected. I tried hard to do as he said, which was to strive to control my thoughts and my mind, and through these to influence my destiny. Ironically, that destiny did not lead me back to Rameshwaram, but rather swept me farther away from the home of my childhood. Find meaning. Inherited, derived genetically from one's ancestors. Intuitive, able to understand something immediately without much thought. Orthodox, traditional. Segregation, separation that is forced. Par, average. Imminent, about to happen. Unprecedented, never before. Optimism, inclination to hopefulness and confidence. Take to, form a liking for. Forego, do without. Hesitant, reluctant. Enroll, write the name of a person on a list. Thriving, grow rich. Grabbed, attract the attention of. Non-verbal messages, messages communicated without using words. Exercises. Creative expression. Tell your story. Create a story for storytelling discussion. Look at the theme below and narrate a story to your friend giving a valid reason why we should follow it. Cross-curricular connect. Learning by doing. Your soul dwells in the house of tomorrow which none of at Rameshwaram can visit, not even in our dreams. Who said so to whom? What was he meant by this? Critical thinking. Let's play a game. Look at the pictures given below and talk about each step with your friends. Logical thinking. Read the sentences given below and decide which is a true or false statement. 1. The natural wisdom of Jalaluddin and Samsuddin was so intuitive. 2. Every child is born with some inherited characteristics. True. 3. When the Second World War started, India's freedom was imminent. True. 4. Jalaluddin used to speak to me about the power of positive thinking. True. Exercise time. Answer the following questions. 1. Where did Abdul Kalam want to go for study? Answer. Abdul Kalam wanted to go to study at the district headquarters in Ramanathapuram. 2. Who enrolled Abdul Kalam in Swartz High School? Answer. Samsuddin and Ahmad Jalaluddin travelled with Abdul Kalam to Ramanathapuram to enroll him in the Swartz High School and to arrange his boarding. 3. How was the town of Ramanathapuram? Answer. The town of Ramanathapuram was a thriving town of some 50,000 people, but the order and harmony of Rameshwaram was absent. 4. What was Abdul Kalam's father's dream? Answer. Abdul Kalam's father visualized him as a collector in the making, and he thought it was Kalam's duty to realize his father's dream. 5. Explain how Kalam got over his homesickness. Answer. Despite of Kalam's homesickness, he was determined to come to terms with the new environment because he knew that his father had invested great hopes in success. Find their meaning. 1. Combinations, merger. 2. Familiarity, close acquaintance with. 3. Security, safety. 4. Comfort, solace. 5. Despite, without being affected. Fill in the blanks with the correct words. 1. Abdul Kalam inherited faith in goodness and deep kindness. 2. All three friends of Abdul Kalam were from orthodox Hindu Brahmin families. 3. Siva Subramania Iyer was the science teacher of Abdul Kalam. 4. The two of Ramanathapuram was thriving town. 5. Abdul Kalam missed his home and grabbed very opportunity to visit Rameshwaram. Match the following. Column A. 1. Inherited, derived genetically from one's ancestors. 2. Optimism, inclination to hopefulness and confidence. 3. Enroll, write the name of a person on a list. 4. Grabbed, attract the attention. 5. Come to terms with, become able to accept. Take the right options. 1. Who was the science teacher of APJ Abdul Kalam? 1. Ramanatha Sastri. 2. Aravindan. 3. Siva Subramania Iyer. Answer 3. Siva Subramania Iyer. 2. Who declared Indians will build their own India? 1. Gandhiji. 2. Nehru. 3. Subhash. Answer 1. Gandhiji. 3. India's freedom was imminent. 1. When the Second World War started. 2. When the Second World War was over. 3. When the First World War started. Answer 2. When the Second World War was over. 4. Who took over the priesthood of the Rameshwaram temple? 1. Ramanatha Sastri. 2. Aravindan. 3. Shiv Prakasan. Answer 1. Ramanatha Sastri. 5. Kalam's father visualized him as a 1. Doctor. 2. Teacher. 3. Collector. Answer 3. Collector. Conceptual understanding. Tell your friends how to maintain a healthy and positive state of mind. For positive thoughts, adopt meditation, creative and positive writing, play games, stay with positive thinking persons, keep calm. Communication, writing skills. Write a short diary entry on the topics given below and share it with your friends. Reading skills. If you fail, never give up, because fail means first attempt in learning. Failure will never overtake me if my determination to succeed is strong enough. All of us do not have equal talent, but all of us have an equal opportunity to develop our talents. Read these thoughts of APJ Abdul Kalam and share what you take away by it with your friends. Listening and speaking skills. Work in pairs. One of your friends will listen and another one will speak these dialogues between two friends and explain. Here's a conversation between two friends, Kamakshi and Ananya. Kamakshi: Hey Ananya, how are you doing? Ananya: Hi Kamakshi, I'm doing good. Hope you too are doing good. Kamakshi: Yes, I am. Did you hear the news? Ananya: Yes, about the school? Right. I did hear that and was also surprised about this decision by school authorities. Kamakshi: Same here. My mother is a bit hesitant about me going to school at this time when fresh cases are still coming up. Ananya: I spoke to our class teacher and she said that the school management is discussing this proposal again since there have been reservations which have come up from several people. Kamakshi: Oh, great. Hope they all understand and take care of themselves as well. I'm also concerned about all the non-teaching staff as well since they come to school taking public transport. Let's learn spelling. Fill in the missing letters to complete the following words. Discipline, uniqueness, priesthood, educated, seagull, distinctly, ingredient, visualized, security. Let's learn grammar. Verbs, non-finite forms. A non-finite is a verb that does not change its form with the number and person or the object. The infinitive, it is the base form of a verb often followed by 2. Sometimes it is used without to and then it is called a bare infinitive. Need, dare, make, bid, etc. are bare infinitives. The following verb of perception like feel, watch, hear, see, know are also bare infinitives. Use of the infinitives. We can combine two or more sentences by using infinitives. It is called synthesis. Examples: I went to market. I wanted to buy a new shirt. I went to market to buy a new shirt. Vocabulary time. Combine the following sentences by using infinitives. 1. My friend came to my house. He wanted to solve a problem. 2. We went to Agra. We wanted to see the Taj. 3. She went to the hospital. She wanted to see her cousin. 4. We walked fast. We wanted to catch the bus. 5. I have a clock. I have to repair it. 6. He has a problem. He has to solve it. Life skills. Self-awareness building. Listen to the description of some of the work by APJ Abdul Kalam and write a few notes on how to develop the power of positive thinking. Abdul Kalam in full. Awul Pakir Jainulabdin Abdul Kalam, born October 15, 1931 in Rameshwaram, India, died July 27, 2015, Shillong. Indian scientist and politician who played a leading role in development of India's missile and nuclear weapons programs. He was President of India from 2002 to 2007.